So I am recording now, and today we're going to talk about something called content. Does anybody have a guess what that might mean?
Miss Veronica?
Yes.
I made a picture earlier, and I was thinking I could use it because there's such thing as a ghost gang tech deck dude, and I had it in there, and then my ninja tech deck dude was about to jump down from something onto his board as a trick, and then his friend said, "Why is that board moving?" And then there's a ghost gang on there, so I think this will be my starting page.
Nice. Very good. I like it. You are ahead of the game here, Katie. All right. So content. Any guesses? Anybody want to take a guess about it?
My friend August is already starting to draw one.
It's already starting. That's okay. You are always welcome to just jump in when you get into class here, okay? Nice work, August. So content just means what we are making our story about. Basically what we're just making our story about. So when we talk about all our other skills we've been working on, let me just take this for an example. So if we're looking at this picture, we think about the line work. We've talked about line work, some of the patterns and shading that's in there, some really cool patterns with the lines, right? The lines that are in front are a little thicker. The lines that are in back are thinner, right? So we've talked about that, some perspective that you can do in the comics. All right, these are all just different technical skills that we've talked about. All right, but when we talk about the contents, we're not talking so much about all those little particulars, all those little skills that we've been working on. We're just talking about what our story is about. So it's kind of fun. It's a fun thing to work on. So what I want you guys to do is choose a subject or a main character. It could be anything you want. It could be a dog. It could be an animal. It could be a person. It could be a superhero. It could be a character that you're familiar with. Maybe somebody that you already like to follow. All right. So I want you to think for just 1 second about who you want your main character to be. And we're going to make a little story today. And I'm going to go through and check with you guys.
A fairy tale in kindergarten. If you guys want to see it, I can read it to you.
Yeah, sure, Franny. Let me go ahead. I want you guys all to think about who you want your main character to be. And I want you to actually tell me. You can either chat it to me, or I'm going to check with you guys. And you
show you my character.
Oh, is that?
Main character.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. What is the name?
Max.
Max, nice. I love it. I'm gonna actually write that down. So if you guys, you can chat it to me or you can raise your hand and I'll call on you. If you change your mind and you change your character, that's okay. But this is just the person or the even object. You guys might remember, I think we might have talked about it the other day, the giving tree. And this tree was a pretty big part of the story, right? The tree was a pretty big part of the story. So it doesn't have to be a person or an animal. All right, you can be creative with who is the main subject of your story. So I want you to think this for a second. Let me get these down. Oh man, you got all kinds of characters there.
These are his sidekicks.
Nice. What are the?
Who are very, very dumb. And then Max, he's like the smart one. And then he asks them something. They take like an hour to figure out what he says.
Oh, that's a fun little storyline already. I like it. Let me see. Let me get Sydney in here and make sure that she is up to date on what we're doing. And you guys right now are thinking of your subject. If you're already getting going, that's okay with me. And then Sydney, we are working on content today, meaning that we are working on what we have in our story, what our story is about. All right. And so everybody right now is thinking of a main character or the subject of their story. And I was telling everybody, we've talked a lot about our technique so far in comic book, the line work and how a lot of drawings have that, the line work and the shading that looks like it's in pen or ink. And then we have the dark lines in the front, softer lines in the back. Whoa, cool, Bo. That's super interesting. When did you make that? That's really cool. Nice. So we talked a lot about technique. Today we get to let loose and think about our story. Think about our story. It doesn't have to be funny. It could just be something that happened depending on what style you're doing. Sometimes the cartoons, the comics in the newspaper, or the ones that you'll see in books like this, they'll be kind of funny. There'll be a joke in there, but there doesn't have to be. It can just be something that happened that you're telling a story visually. right? Your content. So that's what we're working on. So we got Max for Josie. Nice one.
And his sidekick, I figured out their names.
Oh, you did. Good.
So this is Princess.
Princess.
And then Princess, and this is Potato. That's my story idea.
What was the other sidekick real quick, Josie?
Potato. And they always fight.
Gotcha. Princess and Potato, and they always fight. I love it.
So this was my idea. So my idea for my story was gonna be this girl, and her mom didn't like her when she was a baby, and her mom acted like she did, but then she threw her out on the streets, and then she turned into a monster. This is what I want the monster to look like.
Oh no! And that was the mom or the kid that turned into the monster?
This is the kid that turned into a monster because the mom didn't like her.
Interesting. Okay. Wow, that's actually a really, really good story, Franny. Yeah, I'd love to see that you develop that more. So once you have your story, I want you to think about how you might be able to tell it. And I'm gonna get everybody else's subject here too. But if you feel like you already have an idea, I'd like you to see if you might be able to tell your story comic style. So maybe
I have ideas.
I know you do. All right, so I'd like for you to try to tell it comic style. You can use as many squares as you want. You could even do it in one. Maybe you do it all in one. It's just a scene. All right, but once you have an idea of your story, I want you to think about how you can tell it in different frames. All right, and you could use the whole page, or maybe you do a couple. All right, you guys.
I think I kind of have to do it all big screen because this one isn't the front cover and it's already like that.
Okay.
And I don't want to like shrink it down. So I'm just going to try doing it like this.
It's going to be a true story. So they go on an adventure and then they're looking for a Lego piece because they're building a huge Lego. And then they find this like hand crawling out, which is that.
Oh my goodness, I knew these.
And then they have this adventures to make the hand disappear.
I love it,
So
Joe.
after I write it, I'm gonna have to bring my all the sidekicks and Max all over the house for an adventure.
Nice. I love it, Joe. Very well.
Miss Veronica.
Yes, Luke.
I found a notebook which I can draw in.
Okay.
Which is good. And then my main character is a little elf.
Ooh, a little elf. Does he have a name, he or she?
Let me think of one.
Okay. Sounds good, Luke. All right, and then Franny, we had our story about the girl with the mom. I love that, Franny. That is really interesting.
I'm just trying to find the page where we did all the arms and the hands so that I can put them on my character.
Oh, nice. Perfect. I love that. That's great, Franny. All right. And if you don't...
His name is Mason.
Mason? Gotcha. Okay, Luke, we've got the little elf named Mason.
Mason. I finished mine.
Already? All right, you guys, does anybody else have an idea of what you're wanting to do? Whoa, yikes, Gus, look at that. Can you unmute yourself and tell me about that?
Yeah, so there's a kid and a mom going on for a walk, and then when
Whoops, did I lose you?
and then they ran into two bad guys, and then the mom ran screaming for help, and then the cops came and they rescued them.
Whoa. Wow, Gus, cool. So would you be able to, or would you?
Not going to my cover yet.
You can
I'm
continue
drawing
looking
ninja
now if you
hopping
want.
down
Would you
like
to put it into a couple frames?
No, he's just gonna jump down from here and go and land here.
Yeah,
See, because Ghost Gang is running away.
So if you take that same story, do you think you could break it down into a couple different boxes, kind of the sequence of what happened? Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you, Gus. Sydney, yes.
My book that I'm writing isn't a graphic novel.
Okay, that's okay.
It's
What
a
kind of book are you
chapter
writing?
book.
It's a chapter
Yeah,
book.
mine's
Wow.
mine's a book where I have to write all the letters on the top of the page and like on the sides and do like little parts of it. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm
I'll
not
show-
like doing comic books, but
I see. So let's go ahead and make this, if you don't want to do it comic style, you want to do it more like an illustrated book, that's totally fine. That's okay with me, okay? So if you'd rather do it in that format, that is all good. I'd love to help you.
No,
with that.
it doesn't. Yeah.
Miss Veronica,
Yes.
I'm gonna make it be like so they find the hand, and then as they're looking for the Lego piece, they get trapped inside a video game. So like Jumanji.
Oh, nice.
So they get trapped inside a video game, and
Yep.
then this little guy right here, his name's Mingo. He's like he's the bad guy.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Mr.
We got a lot of
Mango.
adventures for Max and Potato and Princess. Thank
Trying
you.
to kill them.
That sounds good. Good story. Thank you. Sydney, yes. So what were you saying with your book?
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I cut you off there. Okay.
I just wanted to tell you that it's about a mermaid.
Nice. Awesome.
Finished.
Okay, so we got Sydney.
Finished.
Okay. And then,
Actually, the elf is named Alexander.
oh, the elf is named Alexander?
Yeah.
Okay.
My
The
cousin
elf
named
named
Alexander.
Mason comes over and starts being mean to him. Mason is the popular good wrapped gift guy, and then he
Ooh.
gives Alexander all these gifts to wrap because he wants to be mean, and then people don't like Mason anymore. It's karma. It's called karma.
Oh, wow. Interesting, Luke. These are really cool stories.
when she turns into the monster is probably going to be my favorite part of the book because then I get to start drawing pictures of this.
That's true. And you can make it all crazy with your lines and your colors and everything. That's true.
Oh,
It's
wait, I
very much
have
who you
to
are.
add something.
Okay. Lola, how you doing? Do you have any ideas? Yeah? You doing good? You don't have to stop. You don't have to stop for me. I'm just checking in with you.
She is a shark monster, and she has these little, I added some lines coming down, if you can see right there.
1 second, Lola. Oh, yeah, cool. I see it, Franny. Nice. Shark monster. I like it. Okay. Hang on. Let me check in with Lola, you guys. What's up, Lola?
So for my story, it's not going to be really scary because my sister likes hearing my stories and she gets nightmares when they're scared. So,
Oh.
it's 2 friend teenagers. One of them said, "Hey, do you want to watch the sunset?" And then she said yes.
Whoops, I lost you after the sunset part, Lola. If you can hear me, that is so sweet that you're thinking about whether your sister is going to be comfortable with your story. That's really, really nice, Lola. Whoops, there's Isabella too. Awesome. Keep working on it. Let me know if you have any questions, and that goes for any of you. And let me get Isabella back in.
Finished.
Either way,
Finished.
Mr. Mango has a sidekick, which is the little creepy hand.
Oh,
Because he can't defeat little big Max here by himself.
nice.
So he has an extra backup. Like a big other dog that's bigger than Max. So he can.
Nice.
Finish my hour.
Hang on just 1 second. What was that, Luke?
finished.
Oh, it's that guy. I'm sorry. I saw you both unmuted. I wasn't sure who it was. Yes, yes.
I added on her this on her mouth, and then yeah. So that's the finishing monster.
Wow, Bo, that's incredible. Beautiful. Whoa, look at all these scenes we've got coming
They
together.
all become good guys at the end.
This is
Wow.
the mean Mason guy, and he turned sad because all of his friends want to be Alexander's friends because he's like singing to Alexander.
Oh, I see. Wow, that is so cool.
So
Thank
then
you
he turned
guys.
sad.
Nice. Let's see. You what? Wow. The two guys, and then they're coming over here. Cool, guys. So listen, guys, I'm going to, for the storytelling thing, some of us are going to work super quickly and other of us are going to need more time. If you feel like you're done and you've got enough of your story for right now and you need a break, that's okay with me, okay? If you want to keep working on it, I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording so we can keep working and checking in with each other and get feedback from each other, because sometimes other people have ideas that you didn't think about. All right, so I'm gonna stay on here and we're gonna keep working and we're gonna keep talking about ways we can improve our stories or other ideas we didn't have. All right, but if you are feeling like you need a break, that's okay with me, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording and just keep working for who wants to stay on with me. And then you're also welcome to send me your story or an image of what your visual looks like so far on my email too. Okay, and I'm gonna check in here with Isabella too. Just one second, let me stop the recording.